It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show indeed on a Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Janie Bay is also here making beautiful music for us, sharing music from her latest release called Miscellany. If you haven't heard any of the stuff yet, you've got to hop onto our YouTube channel so you can see the previous performances as well. But I'm looking at the titles on these songs on the album, and some of them are really deep, like Dead Man Walking. You were saying all of these songs are made up of moments. That's what Miscellany really means, a mixture of certain things. So with a song like Dead Man Walking, explain to me the motivation or inspiration behind that.
Okay, so that song, I first wrote a little guitar line for it, and it sounded quite country western.
Okay.
And so I drew inspiration from, like, you know, the slaves in the cornfields and that sort of thing, and way back in the 50s and that sort of thing. And then the rest of the song I wrote after I saw a Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. So it kind of ties in, but it's just kind of like that slavery vibe, and yeah.
Shoot, very contentious material, controversial indeed.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about who you worked with on the album and what it is that they contributed to what is the final product called Miscellany.
So it's a 12-track album. 7 of the songs, Ewald Janse van Rensburg from Monarch, the band, I don't know if you know them.
Absolutely,
but
we've had them here a couple of times. We love their music too.
Yeah, they're amazing. So he produced the majority of the album, and then I worked with 1 or 2 other producers on some of the Afrikaans songs and some of the songs towards the end of the album.
Yeah, and speaking of one of the Afrikaans songs, Wag vir jou hierso, featuring Hunter Kennedy from Die Jewels Fantasties. So we always know him as the bass man, you know, a bit of a backing vocalist here and there.
Yeah.
How does he feature on Wag vir jou? Have you given him like a solo part there?
Yeah, so we spoke about writing together already a few years ago, and I had one Afrikaans song, but it just seemed a little bit strange. It's called Koning, to just have the one, and then we were like, maybe we need another one. And then I asked him, would you be willing to write with me? And he said yes, and then I asked him, would you be willing to sing a part of it? And initially it was like, because like you say, he takes the back seat a little bit, but then he said, okay, cool, let's do it. And so yeah, he features on the song.
So clearly a lot of things have changed since you dropped your very first independent release called I Remember, because now, I mean, you've got people like Hunter Kennedy on speed dial, probably WhatsApp from time to time. But tell me about the years in between, or the time in between your first release and now, and how music has changed for you, how you're approaching it differently as an artist, perhaps your outlook on it. Yeah,
it's quite a while since the first one. I toured a lot and played a lot of the festivals for a few years. I was more like just a live musician, if I can call it that.
Is it tiring? Is it tiring going to festival after festival, 3 days at a time, and you're there in the tent?
It is, but it's a good tiring, I guess. It's a fulfilling tiring, if I can call it that, because I'm doing what I love doing. But yeah, no, things changed, I guess. I moved to Pretoria from Cape Town, and I just kept working on my craft and writing and that sort of thing. And then Warner Music, you know, kind of saw what I was doing and came to some of the shows. I know they were at an Oppie Koppie show there, up there, and yeah, then we started talking, and that still took a while, but eventually we got to know each other well.
Brilliant.
And then I signed with Warner Music. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
and I hope that it takes you even further and further all across the world, because people really need to hear your beautiful voice and your wonderful melodies and lyrics as well. As long as you're not a blowbill now that you're in Pretoria.
I don't really watch rugby.
That was the safest answer ever.
It's true.
All right. What's the last song you're singing for us?
It's the last track on the album. It's called The Desert. It's just mainly it's a vocal and guitar performance on the album as well, so this is pretty much the same as you would hear it on the album.
Excellent. Well, performing The Desert, here she is, Janie Bay.
It's cold out here tonight in the world, without you and me to warm it in with our love. It's lonely in the desert tonight, where you and I once lay down under the stars. should be alone. Maybe I should walk alone. And I know it's time for me to let you go. It seems, why can't I be the one you call when you're in need, you hold when you're asleep? It's written in the wind.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was absolutely phenomenal.
Cool.
Wow. Hope you guys enjoyed that. See you tomorrow. Bye.